What if I told you the next big shakeup in the sport bike world isn't coming from Japan or Europe, but straight out of China, and it's packing an inline-4 scream that sounds like an escape from a supersport paddock? That's exactly what the Voge RR500S represents. This bike isn't just another good-for-the-price middleweight. It's a statement, a shot across the bow of the entire sub-500cc category. While most manufacturers have leaned hard into parallel twins for cost, emissions, and packaging reasons, Voge went the opposite direction and said, "Nah, let's get wild." The result? A 475cc inline-4 sport bike in a segment where that engine layout is basically extinct. And that alone makes the RR500S a big deal. In this deep dive, we're breaking down everything: engine tech, chassis design, suspension geometry, electronics, ergonomics, styling, competitors, strengths, weaknesses, and what this bike means for the future of global sport bikes. No fluff, no hype, just real talk. Engine, a compact inline-4 that changes the game. Let's get straight to the good stuff, the engine, because that's the whole reason this bike exists. At the heart of the RR500S sits a 475cc inline-4. And yeah, that's as rare as it sounds in this class. Key specifications: configuration, inline 4-cylinder, displacement, 975cc, valve train, DOHC 16 valves, max power, 76 to 77 horsepower at 12,500 RPM, peak torque, 47 Newton-meters at 11,000 RPM, redline, 14,000 RPM, cooling, liquid-cooled, torque availability, 90% from 5,000 RPM. This isn't some budget afterthought engine. Voge went deep with forged crankshaft, finger follower valve train, DLC-coated internals. That's race-inspired tech usually reserved for higher-end machines, and it's there to keep this motor alive at insane RPMs. 1.2 performance character. Rev it or regret it. This engine doesn't just like revs, it demands them. Below 6,000 RPM, it's chill. Above 8,000 RPM, it wakes up. Past 10,000 RPM, absolute chaos, the good kind. The RR500S rewards riders who keep it in the power band, downshift aggressively, ride it like a proper sport bike. Top speed is claimed around 219 to 220 kilometers per hour, 136 miles per hour, which is straight up wild for a sub-500cc machine. This puts it squarely in ZX4RR territory, and that's no accident. 1.3 sound and exhaust wizardry. Here's a slick touch. The RR500S features an electronically controlled exhaust valve. Push a button and closed, quieter, city-friendly, low-key. Open, louder, angrier, freer breathing. It's not just about noise. It actually affects throttle response and engine feel. That's premium behavior from a brand people still think of as new. Chassis and suspension, built to match the motor. An engine like this needs a solid backbone, and Voge didn't cheap out. 2.1 frame and geometry. Frame, tubular steel. Swing arm, cast aluminum, double arm. Wheelbase, about 1,385 millimeters. Weight distribution, near 50-50. Seat height, about 795 millimeters. Fuel tank, about 15.1 liters. Wet weight, about 192 kilograms. Is it the lightest in class? Nope. Is it stable, planted, and confidence-inspiring? Absolutely. That extra mass actually helps at speed, especially with a high-revving 4-cylinder that loves to pull hard up top. 2.2 suspension setup. Front, upside-down forks. Rear, monoshock with preload adjustment. This setup gives solid front-end feedback, predictable braking behavior, enough adjustability for most riders. It's not track-only stiff, and it's not commuter soft either. Think sporty street bias with weekend canyon vibes. Electronics. No cheap stuff here. This is where the RR500S really punches above its weight. Braking hardware. Front, dual 320mm discs. Calipers, radial mount Nissan 4-piston. Rear, single disc. ABS, dual channel standard. Braking feel is strong, progressive, and confidence boosting. Exactly what you want when you're hammering into corners at high RPM. Rider experience. 4.1. Riding position. The RR500S goes full sport bike, but not in a punishing way. Ollie, moderate forward lean. Ollie, rear set pegs. Ollie, narrow seat. You're tucked in, connected, and ready to attack corners without killing your wrists after 30 minutes. Ollie 2. Daily usability. Despite the race-bred engine, Ollie, throttle is smooth. Ollie, clutch is manageable. Ollie, weight feels balanced at speed. It's not a beginner bike, but it's not a diva either. Respect it, and it'll treat you right. Ollie, styling and aerodynamics. The RR500S looks exactly like what it is, a modern sport bike. Ollie, sharp fairings. Ollie, aggressive nose. Ollie, slim tail section. Ollie, full LED lighting. It doesn't copy Japanese designs outright, but it clearly understands the language of modern performance bikes. This thing looks fast standing still. Competition. Who's it gunning for? Kawasaki ZX4RR. Similar power band. Slightly lighter. Legendary brand pedigree. Way more expensive in many markets. Twin-cylinder rivals. Less power. Lower redlines. Simpler engines. The RR500S doesn't just compete, it redefines expectations. Pricing and market position. In China, pricing starts around 27,980 yuan, 3,500 euros to 3,900 euros. That's borderline ridiculous for what you're getting. Even fully loaded versions undercut many Japanese rivals while offering more tech and a more exotic engine. Weaknesses. H2, H3 strengths. Inline-4 uniqueness. High RPM thrill. Premium electronics. Strong brakes. Aggressive styling. Weaknesses. Slightly heavier. Global reliability still unproven. Parts network varies by region. HR. 9. The bigger picture. Why this bike matters. The RR500S isn't just a motorcycle. It's proof that Chinese manufacturers are no longer just catching up. They're experimenting, innovating, and taking risks that established brands avoid. If this bike succeeds globally, expect more inline-4 middleweights, more competition, better value across the board. And that's a win for riders everywhere. The question that changes everything. So here's the real question. Do you want what's safe and familiar? Or do you want a bike that screams to 14,000 RPM and proves the rulebook is optional? Because the Voge RR500S isn't trying to copy the legends. It's trying to become one. And if this is just the beginning, the sport bike world might not be ready for what comes next. Moment. If a brand most riders still sleep on can build a high-revving inline-4, load it with serious electronics, price it aggressively, and make it look this sharp, what excuse does anyone else have left? The Voge RR500S isn't just a bike. It's a warning shot. A warning that the old hierarchy is cracking. A warning that innovation doesn't need permission. And a warning that the next generation of sport bikes might not come from where you expect. The only question now is this. When the rest of the world finally catches on, will you say you saw it coming or that you ignored it?